Hey class! Today I'm going to be showing you how to do the assignment entitled Solving Three-Step Problems, and it is for the date of March 31st. You will need this paper before we get started. On the bottom it does say March 31st, so that's the one that you need. On the top it says week 3, day 1 practice page. On the back it says week 3, day 2 practice page. While we're looking at this page, I want to point out something that should look really similar to what we did yesterday. Notice how there are parentheses in every problem. Remember that parentheses are bossy and they want to go first. But what do we do when there are two sets of parentheses? Take a minute and think about that question before moving on to the next part of this video. What do we do when our equation has two sets of parentheses? Remember that parentheses tell us that we need to solve what's inside it first before moving on to the rest of the equation. Take a look at this first problem. I've written it here on my whiteboard. You might want to have your whiteboard and marker as well. All right. Noticing this problem, we do have two sets of parentheses. In the first parentheses, we see that it says 9 times 2. We have a division sign in the middle of this equation. And at the end, we have the problem 1 times 6. Now, what we do when we solve a problem that has two sets of parentheses is we solve what's inside the parentheses, and we start from the left and we move on to the right. So, which set of parentheses is on the left? 9 times 2. Let's solve that first. 9 times 2 equals 18. Then we solve the second set of parentheses. 1 times 6 equals 6. What's the only part of this equation that we haven't used yet? That's right, the division sign. Notice how the division sign comes in the middle of the two sets of parentheses. That means we keep the division sign in the middle of our two answers. 18 divided by 6. Is that a problem that makes sense? Yes, it is. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Remember that we want to write this whole equation on the line so I can see your thinking. 18 divided by 6 equals 3. Let's do the next problem together. 20 plus 8 divided by 2 times 2. Two sets of parentheses. Which one do we solve first? The one that's on the left. Good. 20 plus 8 equals 28. Second set of parentheses. 2 times 2 equals 4. What part of the original equation did we not touch? The division sign. Make sure that it stays between the answers from your two sets of parentheses. Move it straight down. 28 divided by 4. Is that a problem that makes sense? Yes, it does. 28 divided by 4 equals 7. Let's do one more together. 10 times 3 minus 7 plus 4. The first thing we do is find the product of 10 times 3. 10 times 3 equals 30. Next, we have to find the sum of 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 equals 11. What operation? Subtraction. Our equation says 30 minus 11 equals. If you aren't able to do this problem in your head, go to the side next to your original equation and write it so you can solve it. The other option you have is you can use your whiteboard to help you. For me, there's plenty of space. I'm going to solve it here. 1 minus, wait, is it 1 minus 0 or 0 minus 1? We always have to put the biggest number on top. 30 goes on top of 11. So we actually have 0 minus 1. Can we do that? Nope. Let's come to our tens place. We're going to regroup 3 tens to 2 tens. Bring 1 10 over here. Great. Now I have 10 minus 1 is 9, and 2 minus 1 equals 1. 30 minus 11 equals 19. The rest of the problems that you solve on this side and on this side will be just like the ones that we did together. If you have questions, let me know. Keep working hard.